Creating a 3D anaglyph image isn't hard. It simply takes a little more preparation in positioning the objects for good depth and making sure you control your main camera with a target. Let's look at how you want to position your objects in Cinema 4D for the best 3D effect. Here's a package design set up for Anaglyph 3D. Aside from the soft drink and carton, text for the ad has been placed to one side. There are two keys to getting a good anaglyph image. First, make sure your different objects have obvious separation. That is, different distances from the camera. In this case, the strawberry soda text is much closer to the camera than the brand name text. The soft drink carton is somewhere between the two. You don't need to separate your text this way, but there should be an obvious difference between the closest object to the camera and the furthest. The first step is making certain that your objects are rotated in respect to the plane of the camera. Here you can see the three cameras that were created for this scene. There's the main camera here in the center that is actually a target camera. And then the left camera and the right camera are just clones, just copies of the main camera, and they'll all be pointing at this same camera target. When you create copies of the main camera, the new left and right cameras will obviously be in the same position, so you'll have to move them slightly left or right to get the proper eye separation. The course provides information on how much to move the cameras, but that amount assumes that the main camera has not been moved in an angle as seen here, and that the entire scene was created at default scale. If your scene is much smaller or larger than a default, you can still move your left and right cameras manually by easily dragging them left or right. Try for a reasonable separation as shown here. Rendering both left and right cameras should create images that differ slightly, like this. If your cameras are too close to one another, you won't see much 3D separation. On the other hand, if the cameras are too far apart, there will be too large of a shift and your brain won't be able to fuse one image with the other. Ideally, you are trying to simulate the roughly 2-inch separation of your own eyes.